Would you want a blind person driving your car? Even though, we have empathy for blind people, would you want Berlin driving your car? Right? I mean, so there's all these ways to see like, well, wait, like how am I controlling my finances? That's what Ron and John, right, Shane? That's like why Ron and John are doing this. So like people can have control of their finances. Like if not that, then how can you say that you really live? Because then all it is really just trying to survive rather than actually thriving. So Aaron, ready for your charting?
Yeah. Let's just keep going on. The one thing I wanted to touch on that Shane was talking about is that, when I was first learning about crypto and even at this point now, it's like my desire in life is to feel inspired. And what inspires me the most is inspiring others. So me just keeping my knowledge and my experience and stuff to myself, it doesn't even appeal to me. That doesn't thrill me. I wouldn't do this if it wasn't for the fact that I can basically give back and help others. And that's honestly what drives me. So let's move on, Robin. Let's scroll down here. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, so guys, I want to just recap again that I'm not a financial advisor. My results are not going to guarantee your results, okay? But if you look at this, the results of utilizing the signals, my results. So initial trade was 5 Bitcoin. They were 13,000, a little over 13,000 each, total of 65,795, right? If I would have just held this, remember how we talked about how the price dropped all the way down in the sixes? I would have basically gone from 65,000 US dollars down to 35,000, and it would have been basically a loss of 53.4%, guys, if I would have just held it. So all the friends of mine who were saying, I'm holding it, and they were asking me what I was doing, and a lot of them were like, well, I don't get it. And then we talk again, and they're like, well, I don't get it. I'm like, well, I'm getting it, and I'm learning it, and I'm just figuring it out. So this is a key example of, even in a bear market, how powerful a tool like this is. It's absolutely amazing. So it's not just about holding it. Yeah, you can hold it if you want, and the price will go up, which I completely believe that. But like I mentioned before, having 5 Bitcoin and seeing the price go up to $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 this year, that's exciting. But having 50 and probably more through trading it in and out continuously, that's super exciting. I see it as, look at all, I'm basically, it's enabling me to help even more people, which is my whole goal and my whole desire and stuff. So let's go down here a little bit too. If you look by, as far as the percentage gain, it's a 980.4% gain. Okay, that's huge. Again, my results will not necessarily be yours. Recap to what I said. Remember, you're not going to hit every trade. You guys need to come up with your own strategy, but within that strategy needs to be ease. Don't stress about it, guys. You're not going to be able to hit every trade. And think about if you even got half this, or if you got 25% of this, that's still a huge return on your money compared to what it could be if you were just had it sitting in a bank account or a money market account or in a typical traditional investment or whatnot. As far as the gain in US dollars, 65 to the 332 that it is worth as of, I got to remove Shane's little chat thing here, as of the 23rd at 2:40 p.m. is when I finalized these. So the price was at 6,151. If you took that and multiplied it by 54.02, you're looking at $332,277. So that's a 405% gain of US dollars in that 6-month period. So again, guys, the gain in BTC was 980.4. The US dollar gain was 405%. Now this is the slide I really want you guys to see. So before you go to this, Robin, let me preface this. I have a lot of people who initially look at this kind of results and like, well, I don't have $65,000 to put into a trade. I can't afford a 1 Bitcoin. Some people don't realize that you can buy a fraction of a penny of a Bitcoin. You can start with $5. You can start with $10, $20, $100. You don't have to start with a huge amount of money. That's one of the beauties of how Bitcoin breaks down. The key is just entering somewhere. I recommend doing that as well just to learn. So in the beginning, don't necessarily, I recommend paper trading, which paper trading means following the signals on paper. So you're not actually putting money in, but you're following the signals and you're seeing how your results would be as you learn how to enter and how to exit, right? Next step would be start with a small amount of money. Don't start with a huge amount at first. Learn with a little bit. Guys, take the time. It's okay. You're not going to miss out as long as you're progressing. You know what I mean? It's better than fearing that you can't do it at all and not doing anything. Start small. So pop into that next slide, Robin. So I wanted to give you guys a little idea of if you had started at lower entry points. So when you look at this chart here, you're going to see if you would utilize the same signals and you started with 1 Bitcoin. So you started with an entry point of 1,500 or $59 back in December, that one Bitcoin would have grown to 10.8, and in US dollars, the 13 would have become 66 and change. Okay, going down, 1,000 would have become 5,000. 500 would have become 2,500. $100 would have become $498. Guys, it's the same percentage gain. So you got to look at it that way. Well, I don't have much to trade. You're still making that same percentage gain, and it's a starting point. So I have some people who on my team who are starting with $20. They're literally going to trade with $20 out of the gates. Some of them because they want to learn as they go. Some of them because that's all they can really afford to spare. And that's where you got to come from, guys. You got to start somewhere. It doesn't have to be huge. It can be $10, $20, $50, $100, $1,000, whatever you guys can start with. Just start and do it slowly, strategically. Learn as you go. Don't think you have to go full speed ahead. Don't think you have to hit every trade. Listen to what I'm saying here, guys. It's key to do this with ease. Deep breaths all the time. Pause when you're getting stressed out. If you need to step away for a day or 2 or 3, don't stress that. Just step away and come right back in. Overall, you're still going to gain in the long run if you put in the time to learn this and you start slow and you basically step by step enter into doing this. The other thing I wanted to touch on that just popped into my head, Robin, is when people say, well, what am I getting for the $79.95 a month or whatnot, the $279 entry point? And I've heard people say, well, if you're not going to build a business, then don't do it. It's like, that's crazy to me. That tells me that somebody doesn't realize what they have yet. The rewards program is absolutely phenomenal with Unify. It's literally better than any I've seen in this industry in anything I've ever done. However, the product is phenomenal. And the value of the product is phenomenal. Even for people who aren't going to build a business, this product literally it's all about raising your financial IQ. Basically teaching you what you never learned in school, helping you gain control over your finances and understanding of your finances in literally minutes a day, guys. It's valuable to everybody, whether they're struggling to get by or they're multimillionaires and want to basically add new skill sets and refine their skill sets. It literally is for everyone. And so take some time if you think that, if you're questioning, well, is it worth $79.95? My thought is initially when I hear that, if somebody says, is it worth $79.95? They need it more than anybody else.
It's not about the fancy car or the fancy boat. It's about what you get to do with your life and how you get to move forward with your decisions. Remember, I brought that decision factor. Like, how are you making decisions with your thoughts? And how are you, as Shane mentioned, how are you taking action? And what Aaron's just bringing up here is about trust. So a lot of people who've come to me, whether it was a product I was selling or something that like we're dealing with here with a marketing opportunity. Anytime I ever hear or see somebody talking about, well, can I trust this company because I was burned before? Whenever I hear that, I do what Aaron mentioned about the victim voice, but if you're not able to trust yourself, you will never succeed. You will not succeed. And everything that you compare yourself to, you'll never get there because you never trust you. So your trust, everybody listening, the trust or the people that you're dealing with in the lead situation, bring people in, it's not your job to have them trust Ron and John. I mean, of course, like it's more of an intuitive thing, like Aaron brought up. Like you either vibe with it or you don't. Like you're either into it or you're not. And you have to feel that. We can't convince you of that. And you can do your due diligence to understand like what their backgrounds are. But all of these results, guys, it comes back to trusting yourself. And so if you're looking to trust someone else to get results, to make your money, to make your life a success, I'm telling you now, it's not going to happen. You've got to learn how to trust yourself, because the way to get these results are by you testing your faith, by you believing in something or seeing, okay, here's what's possible. What can I do with it? What can I do like on my own to start trusting myself in being able to make bigger moves so that I can, like these big guys, big shots out there making big wins happen. And Mike, I'll tell you guys, Mike made his big money because he was willing to take big risks, and he's lost a lot in the past, and he's had huge gains though because he was willing to go there. He was willing to trust himself. You guys have this amazing opportunity because all the players coming to the table here are caliber people. Like we've all been through our ups and downs, our failures and successes, and then some. This is where it all happens, guys. This is how we succeed. If you're at the top of the food chain, if you're at the top of the tree, you're going to be a success if you stick with it. But you can't have a mentality, a defeatist mentality, and you can't rely on other people for success. You can look to people, you can model people, you can watch what Shane does, you can see what Aaron does, you can listen to how Tina works it. You know, it's just, and you don't have to go on video to succeed, right? You do you, but you've got to trust yourself. And if you put just a little bit of an intention, like Aaron said, to go through prosperity, just to learn a little bit, just to have yourself like a little relaxed inside, to trust what you're doing, guys, you're going to get results. You will get results. I promise you it will happen, but you've got to put the trust in you and then look to others in terms of how that can complement what you believe.